Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. Welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, where the power of spirit is ever present and we embrace an interfaith perspective. It's good to see familiar and new faces in our congregation, and we also say a big hello to everyone online with YouTube and Facebook. It's a pleasure to introduce our guest medium today, John Hogg. So please give him a very warm welcome. And before giving us his address and demonstration of mediumship, he will begin with a brief introduction about his spiritual journey and work as a medium, and then open our service in prayer. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Morning.
Good evening. Good afternoon. It's a good start, isn't it? Comparison to light, spirit, and everything else. Good morning. Oh, well, I started a long time ago, spiritually, being at home with my mum and dad, used to play music and do lots of things. And I was up early in the morning, getting out of bed, getting to work. Anyway, long story short, I got a bit ill, and it was funny because when you go through an illness, you seem to think, that's the end. That's the finish. That's like where we need to go. This is where we need to go. And it was all up in the air. I didn't know where I was going, trying to find my feet, being out of the sync of where I was, and it became going to the doctors and trying to find this and that and the other. What's wrong with me at the time? Being stressed, anxiety, all these things, and being at home, resting, and having mum and dad around at the time helping me. They encouraged me to, take the doctors and all these sort of things. And all of a sudden, I was coming out of my illness at the time where I was feeling my feet. And I had spirit that came into the room showing me themselves, like Gabriel, all these different beings. I didn't know. I was an everyday guy. Didn't know what was happening to me. Didn't know where I was going, the trauma that was around me at the time. And then they were showing me different people, and I thought, wow, I've got to hold on to my head here, because I thought I was going out of my mind, seeing spirit like I'm looking at you and yourselves, and you know what this is all about. And they try and nurture you and train you and teach you, like the youngsters, like what we're here for, what we need to do. And it took on from there. And then the energies took me further. And then I was at work one day, and a colleague of mine said, maybe you need to go to a spiritual church. You know what a spiritual church was? I was back in the day, didn't have emails or anything, or computers. So then I looked up, thought the closest one was around me. So I walked in the congregation, and that was it. I found my calling. And then I had a few readings, and that was it. It was all led after that. And then I didn't think I'd be up here. I didn't want to be up here, really. It was like, with what I did before and how I went through my illness and things, they led me onto this path. And I was a bit, don't know about this at first, helping people out, which is, I don't mind. It's the other side of it that, you're getting out, get caught in the rain like I have today, and the wind and everything else, all these sort of things. And then you come to a lovely church like this, and thank God for that. It's amazing. And the energy that they give you, that's in with what we all do, and that's what we feel meant to feel. It's a great knowledge. Get everything that comes through, take it on, take it. It is a marvelous feeling. Once you take it, once you nurture it, once you learn it, you're starting fledgling anything. Just take it and enjoy it. too quick. We all do it too quickly. Meant to slow down, enjoy it like I am now. So I've been doing it a long time, in and out of churches, in and out of sitting in circle, in and out of silence. You know, you're learning all the time. You talk to them, they come through, your guides, your meditations and parent, and I leave their love with you. Bless you. Thank you. Yes. Heavenly Father, as we sit here today, send a warm light around this world. Let there be love and light, sharing all the love that we can, all the love that we can, all the children, all the animals, all the people in hospitals, the anger, the frustration, the hard done by, that we are all living creatures, that we are living and developing within our souls, within our higher self, within our nurture, within what we do, that we are all spirit, that we care for each other, that we love each other, that God comes down and he sets a prayer for us in presidents and those around him and those above him, that they come down and shows abundance, that we are loving and caring and that we care for each other, that nothing's a massive problem, nothing's a small problem. We all care, the smiles, the love and laughter, the laughter that keeps us going and keeps us on the right path, that there's no negative that comes through with that, and that we're all protected. Amen. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Now, please join me to still our minds and our hearts as we pray for all those people, children, and animals in need of spiritual healing, love, and light. Across the planet, in places of war and conflict, nations affected by natural disasters, everyone involved in rescue operations and foreign aid, our National Health Service, the selfless doctors and nurses who work tirelessly for our well-being. We pray for peace in our time and the abolition of atrocities and violence, and we thank the power of the Holy Spirit for giving us strength and hope in times of doubt and despair. We include at this time the following names from our church healing list: Elizabeth, David, Anne, Claire, Richard Wood, Nathan Lane, Kirsty Jones, Liz Walsh, Tyson, Simone, Kareem, Rose, Lynn, Helen, Laura, Shane and family, Tracy, Tina, Lily, Tony, Mary, Flo, Jean, Norm, Cy, Shirley, Carol Burgess, Stephen Hawkins, Lee Oswald, Poppy, the German Shepherd dog, Benjamin, the dog, Cherie, Lee, Gavin, Jason, Lisa, Paula, Louise, Rachel, Isabel, Kelly, Merrin, Sharon, Muriel, Daphne, Ruby, and Francis. We now move our attention into the healing silence, to be followed by the serenity prayer, which we will say together. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Julian, can I please ask you to take the offertory in church, and anyone wishing to make a free will donation may do so on the following link, which is also listed on the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church Facebook pages: www.paypal.com/PayPalMe/LADPREC That's paypal.com, paypalme/LAD proms. Thank you, Julian. The reading today is taken from the book Spiritual Realization, which is a compendium of talks given by Spirit Guide Chan, who was the guide of one of my teachers, a very distinguished lady by the name of Ivy Northich. So this is her guide, Chan, speaking about the purpose of suffering. Suffering is so much a part of this earthly existence that to try to understand its place must surely help us deal with it more effectively and patiently. What promotes suffering, and why do apparently innocent people have to endure it when on the surface there seems to be no reason for it? Suffering is an essential part of spiritual growth. If this sounds as if it is an unnecessarily harsh part of earthly experience, and you find it difficult to equate it with an all-loving God, just think for a moment. This God force is part of ourselves. We are not separate from God. This God power is manifesting through our present state of spiritual environment. This is why it is so important to have a basic conviction of survival, because without this, nothing else has any meaning. If you are doubtful as to the continuity of existence, if you are doubtful that there is anything to follow death, then you cannot have any proper concept of the true meaning or purpose of life itself, including suffering. This is important. So even if you are not fully convinced of survival, will you, for this discussion, accede that we at least have experienced that it is so? We know that we cannot die, and that there is an existence that is an instantaneous continuation after you have left behind this physical envelope. We can understand the significance and importance of this in relation to a hereafter, but it also has tremendous impact and importance in daily life. In that, it provides meaning and purpose to that life. And since I have said suffering is so much an essential part of that existence, then suffering must have an explanation and purpose. You cannot accept your own divinity in the assurance of the continuity of life, in that the indestructible part of you is part of God, and you can translate that conviction upon many levels of interpretation and expression in your own personal experience. Now, it is important to remember that without a basic spiritual foundation, the sure knowledge that because we cannot die, we are here for a specific purpose, and that we definitely have something that we must fulfill while we are here, nothing has any true meaning. And sooner or later, we are going to come up against unanswerable questions. So unless you have this basis of conviction, the explanations I have offered will be unacceptable to you. This earthly experience is an infinitesimal part of the spiritual whole. Unless you can measure your own growth in terms of eternity, of constant refinement and repetition, this present experience will loom out of all proportion, and you will lose sight of its true significance. You have always to come back to the fact that you are spirit here and now. And that important as this earthly experience appears to be now, when you have left this physical plane, you will find yourself infinitely greater in a spiritual capacity. You will recognize that only a small part of you has been functioning in a physical body. Maybe it would seem your path in life is fraught with loneliness. You will say that your suffering is not finding the right companion or associations, or you have people around you, but circumstances deny you access to them. Accept with patience and fortitude that this is your intended pathway, and give yourself to it. And just as I have said in physical terms, let the pain and the circumstances sweep over you. Give yourself wholly to what life is demanding from you without hitting back, without striving to justify, and to teach people a lesson. I promise you that nobody can escape one iota of pain that they have caused another person. This is yet another aspect of suffering. We bring this upon ourselves, but we cannot escape from it. You are only adding to your own suffering by trying to form yourselves into judge and jury in any situation, however justified that may seem to be. So you don't have to worry about that. You can afford to stand back and insulate yourself with this inner strength. And know that if you are very hurt and sore, then by drawing on this inner reservoir of strength, you will be healed much more quickly. Much more importantly, you will be creating benefit from that suffering, so that by your acceptance of it, it is able to shed its light and love upon those whom you have come here to serve. Thank you. Now let us take a moment to just reflect on Chan's words of wisdom before John demonstrates his mediumship, and before his mediumship, he will give us his address. So I think it's important to understand that when we have a communication from a spirit guide, such as Chan or any of the many other revered guides throughout the history of spiritualism, that we do spend time to actually reflect and consider their words, because many of the guides have slightly different opinions to each other about how evolution occurs in the spiritual spheres. And that is good because it brings forth their own particular perspective on how their personal evolution has developed through their affinity with the spiritual life. So it's also very interesting to make a comparison between the guides' opinions, and I think you will find many times that a lot of what they are saying is collectively justified in terms of how our evolution evolves on a level of personal desire and personal want to grow and understand and spiritually give to those not only in the physical body that we have left here, but also to others in spirit that are equally deserving of our time and respect once we have left the physical body and reside in our spiritual being. So that was just my personal reflection on those words. And now I will ask John if he will kindly give us his address.
Thank you. Hello again. Spirit bringing in all this love and light around this world at this present time. They're saying, through my guides, they've been teaching me how to have a lot more patience, a lot more feeling that things can only get better. We all live in this bubble where we like want to travel and get to places and finding things, and we would need to regress at times. I mean, my purpose of here has been doing this spiritual work for some time now, as in developing myself as a medium that I've been working with for a long time. My guides come through and I work with my guides to help a different variation of spiritual development. They're talking about growth, and we all have this inner being having a lot more growth within us, as in how we entertain things and how we come to places where we're not used to being, or where we are at. They're talking about how we meant to sometimes just let things go and go for these walks and things, and have a parent within ourselves, within our heart, and how we deal with children and how we deal with kids, and not so much I was at platform earlier on trying to find this place, and I asked this gentleman you know, the way to get to Wimbledon, and he was so nice, so polite, but it's that feeling, you know, that you're being supportive around like-minded people, like as we do, like when we come to churches, it's an upliftment feeling. You don't have that anxiety of work, frustration, being hard done by, and Spirit like to come in and like just to sit with us, and your parents, your grandparents, they're all around us. They're all trying to egg us on, you know, come on, you know, you can do this. You can get forward within your life, looking for that next bit that you have to learn, or as like what we said in the book, you know, your heartache and your anxious and your frustration, and can I do this? Can I do this? Well, all you have to do sometimes is just step back and just let it go by. How easy is that? We're all here now. We all have our anxiousness. We all have these things that come in, and the entities that are around that touching us, and all sometimes we have to do is say, enough's enough. Why can't we just step back, rather than taking all these different chemicals that we have in our bodies to like switch this mind off? This mind is so important. It's important to think, but it's not important to feel the heart. So where's the heart? Where's the heart where, you know, I can talk hours about your heart and hours about your mind, how it contradicts at times. You know, it goes way back in the books, way back in spiritual development. You know, your mind is your mind, and your heart's your heart, and your higher self is fed to hear your heart. You go for a job, you go for a situation, you've all heard it millions of times, billions of times, you know, but it's your heart that takes us where you need to go, where you need to talk to someone, or you're feeling your energies. You're feeling like me coming here and talking to these lovely people. It just brings it out of me. You know, you're speaking on a higher source now. We're speaking to a higher source, which is very comforting for us, very comforting to the people. When people come into the church, you say hello, greet everyone with a sign of respect, and that's all we need, the sign of respect. That's all we want. You go to work and it's a sign of respect. You go to home, sign of respect, to respect everyone. The love is in where we are, where we're at. They sometimes take over with me. They sometimes take over and explain one thing after another, how to explain themselves, how to explain to people that, all right, you haven't been here before, you haven't. And that's the scary part behind it. That's the anxious part. Oh, God, how is this going to happen? Is this going to be easy? Is it going to be difficult? Can I connect with someone? But if you work from the heart, you step back and you work from the heart, you're not going to feel that, because your heart tells you to your head, and your head's going, well, I know this person. I felt this person before. Have I met him before? Haven't I met him before? Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter how we connect. We connect to a higher source. We connect to each other. We come to a church. And it's the feeling that the negative can just drift off. Just drift it away. And our thought process changes. The thought process changes. We all got different thought processes. From A to Z, mental, physical, anger, frustration, all these things. But if you just step back sometimes and you work on it and you think, do you know what? I'm in a good place right now. I'm looking after myself. I've got my family in spirit looking after me. I've got my angels looking after me, and my angelic realms looking after me. I've got people around me that are solid, that are looking after me. I can talk to anyone. And that feeling goes a long way. And then you can take that on board, and it doesn't get mixed up, misconstrued in your head, and it comes down to your heart. Especially when you cuddle someone. I'm a big one for cuddling. I can't help myself. It's good to hug. I hug lots of things. I hug trees. I go out and I say my affirmations. I go out there. Lots of love from people, from where I work and different things. I stare at it in the face. I was at a award ceremony the other day at work, and I was up on platform in front of 200 people. I just enjoy people. Peopleism is me. I enjoy people. We all should enjoy people. It's what brings us together. It's what brings us to church. Everything is a must. Everything you do in your mind, I'm going to go and do it. I'm going to go and enjoy myself. Go on holiday. Go and enjoy yourself. The joyful part of that is good. It's good for our souls. So I leave their love with you. They're enjoying it very much so. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John, for that inspiring address. And just before John commences his mediumship, I would ask if a spirit communicator is drawn to you with a message, church members, please respond with a clear yes or no to the statement, or if in doubt, just say, I'm not sure, and John can then ask spirit for further clarification. It's important for him to hear your voice, as this is the conduit of the energy which spirit need to make a strong connection. Please can I also ask church message recipients to speak clearly into the handheld microphone. So I'll invite John back to the platform for his demonstration.
Can I come to the lady at the back of the church, please? Yes. Hello.
Hello.
They're bringing a lot of love and light around you at the moment. I've got to get you to raise your energies within the church and how you're sitting there, because I feel they're coming in. They've been teaching you and putting thoughts in your head very
Yes.
much so recently, and into your heart, because you've been a little bit depletion, but they're lifting you up. I've got a grandmother there in spirit world, and she's patting you on the head, like, because she had a way about turn, her way that she had.
Yes.
She was on about when you were alone. She was talking about pulling your socks up. You know where this
Yes.
expression comes from.
Yeah.
But she was lovely. She's giving you a lot of love. She put her hands around your face. How she was. She had bluey green eyes, and I feel she had a ring that was like a gold ring, and it was a pointed. There was a diamond there or something on this ring she's given me, and I'm getting the name Ethel. Getting the name Ethel in your line, in this line, in your mother's line. Name Ethel.
I can't recall.
No, that's fine. Just give me a lot of upliftment in your mind's eye at the moment. I feel you need to be opening your mind
Okay.
for things that's going on around you. You've been having it difficulty
Yes.
about looking about, but she comes in and she's worrying about your left arm. You have a bit of struggle there with your arms, your left
one,
arm,
yeah.
and your back, and I'm feeling a lot of energy going to them points. It's almost they don't want you to give up. You're looking forwards, but sometimes they don't want you to give up on things. I know you come to church and you're a big attribute to the church, I feel, with that. And they're saying, don't give up, don't give up this thought process that you're in at the moment. I've got a gentleman that comes in at the moment. Well, he was a bit suited and booted in his time. Quite short fella, brownish dark hair. This is on your mother's side.
Okay.
He found it difficult because with his legs and his arms back. Before he was quite fit in himself, but now he was a bit run down with his. And I was seeing a coal thing in the back garden, a coal cellar in the back garden is playing me. It's a short garden. This is a memory link around yourself.
Okay, I think,
I'm getting the name Arthur around yourself.
I'm not sure about Arthur, but we'll see. I'll think about
And
it.
the name Peter. I'm getting the name Peter. Maybe yes or no.
No, I'll have to think about that.
But I'm trying to give you lots of strength around you for working with spirit. I'm not sure whether you're working with spirit or sitting in the quiet and dealing with things.
Just started.
Right.
Yes.
Because they're on about like the learning development part of it,
Okay,
stepping forward when something comes through.
right.
They're not doubting it, not doubting that first thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've been doing that, yeah.
And that's why they're coming through. They're coming through to enhance you around. So somebody's going to do the family tree. That would make more sense for you. Getting somebody going
Okay.
to do the family tree. Okay. Yeah. Doing this top button up, this chap in spirit world, he was like, I don't know if it was an undertaker or something like that, but he's doing this top button up and it was tight. And he was quite
Okay.
tall because I can see him carrying things. It's like, but he's this top collar, it's really tight. He's around you on your mum's side again. I'm feeling on your mum's
Okay,
side.
yeah.
But I'm seeing a top hat as well. I want you to go, but they're saying go back in your line. We'll see him. He's got a rounded face.
Okay,
And it's difficult. We need to write things down. They're saying write things down.
I do.
Yeah. And that will help you within your days. Yes?
Yes, that's what I do.
Yeah.
My
Well done.
lists.
And they're talking about you get stressed at times with your stomach. I'm feeling you going to your stomach.
Yes.
Yes. They're just trying to calm your stomach down now. So you get a bit anxious around this.
Okay, yes.
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 And when you come into circle, they want you to brush yourself down before you come into the church. You know that you're fine. Yes, and that'll
Okay.
help you energize yourself to come in and
Right.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've got things to-ing and fro-ing at the moment. It's like to-ing and fro-ing. It's you're unsure, or there's people coming in and going out and seeing all these different people. Yes, spirit.
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah. So it's like piecing it together. Like
Yes.
as we do, like piecing it together. Whoops.
Yes.
So it's like piecing it together. Okay, I leave their love with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I
Thank
come
you.
to this one in the front, please? This lady here. This lady. Oh. That lady there. Lucy? No.
Oh, do you mean?
No, that's one behind. The one putting her hand up. Nice today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting strong with you. There's a guide that comes in around you who steps in and he wants to make you stronger in yourself.
Okay.
It's bringing a big force, an Indian guide that comes in with this chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been sitting in circle for a while.
Yeah.
Or for a long time, but that runs on your mum's side as well, because I'm seeing your mum there with her hair when she used to do her hair up. Or is this your grandmother?
I don't.
Is it- She's got like her hair like spruced up and doing her makeup and
Yeah.
these things around. Getting the name Colin, that came in really clearly then.
Okay.
Okay, getting the name Colin on an earthly basis.
Yes.
Yes. They're pushing you more with your mediumship.
Yes.
Yes, and they want to put a pen in your hand so you can get creative.
Yes.
I'm
I
getting
understand.
creative writing more so with you.
Mhm.
And you know, when we draw these little pictures, I want to go to little pictures as well.
Okay.
You know, little drawings that
Mhm.
we have sometimes, you know, within the marking for the detail. And they like that. They like, and it opens your mind a bit.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
can, as soon as you open your mind, you step in and you can get working. And that's like the sort of thing that they're interested in for you to do. I know
Okay.
you're going for your walks and things, but I can feel that happening more. It's
Okay.
like an easy thing for you to do, but they don't want you to stop on this throat of yours. I'm getting the name Martha down. It's an easy link. Name Martha around
Not
yourself.
sure about
Hold on to
Martha.
that,
Okay.
because sometimes we don't know how siblings. I just want to get tighter with these. Got this gentleman here in spirit world. I felt there was cancer around
Yeah.
him and he lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
Because I said, don't like that.
No.
He didn't like the way he lost weight. He liked being healthy and creative in himself. Seeing he did all different jobs.
Yes.
There was all
Okay.
different jobs he did. And like, you know, he would like being in the garden as well.
Yes.
With the sun in his face.
Yeah.
He would get off on that and like where he would manage. Feeling that in an earlier time with him, he would manage people. It's like he would stand up and direct. It would be more like directing.
Okay.
Something like that. You have to find
Okay.
out. They're the best things sometimes,
Mm.
you know, where the way we direct or he was like a directing and himself. That's what he's showing me. And I'm feeling that with you. It's like a direction with you of coming to church and sitting in. But they do want you to get more stronger. I feel there's an energy around your guide that make you get more stronger in yourself.
Okay.
And they're on about deep breaths. We all got to do this deep breaths, deep breathing, bringing the energy deeper into us. And that
Okay.
will enhance your energy on going forward and your development with your guide. He's saying, but well done. And
Oh, thank you.
yeah, he's saying, well done for what you've done because you completed some things around you spiritually that you've dealt with and sat in.
Yes. I
Yes,
understand
you
that.
understand that now, because
Mhm.
sometimes it takes them a bit to explain it. But unearthly, I feel like there's another door opening. They're showing me this big brown door where it's going to open and you're going to step through it. I feel that'll be next year. I'm getting a birthday in March around you,
Yeah.
significant,
Yeah.
and April,
Yes.
significant for
Yeah.
you. And you've been hearing, because I was saying that
Yeah.
they've been calling you.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of the night or somewhere.
Yes.
It's like, you know, these sort of things, you know, with the humour that they bring in. Got to have more humour at times, you know, with this sort of thing.
Mm.
Yeah. But they do stand at the back of you and they still work with you and your healing. They're talking about
Yes.
your healing now.
Yes.
Your healing's going to get deeper.
Okay.
I feel with that. And I'm getting the name Elizabeth. I know
Yeah,
it's
it's my
definitely.
mum.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
So she's come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel there's been a thing in the family, she's been protecting you a little bit, or there's been a little bit of something in the background. That's nothing to worry about.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, it's nothing to worry about. It's fine. You're doing a good job. I all know that you're spreading your healing around. So about she's saying it's dainty.
Yeah.
She's very dainty in how she would come in. She liked her trinkets. She liked her
Yeah.
little bits and
Yeah.
pieces
She did.
and like cups of tea and I'm seeing a lady across the table from her. She was quite a nice lady and she sits there with her hair, just seeing her hair and a rounded face.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's sitting with her and she used to have a cup of tea. Eileen, I'm getting the name Eileen now, that's really
Yeah.
clear.
Eileen.
Yeah, and
Christmas.
she just comes in and it's like, and your energy's just opened up and it's like, you'll get more creative within what you're doing.
Okay.
It'll be like more of an opening up on this sort of side. Yes.
Okay.
But I'm taking that to work as well because I'm seeing you reading a lot. I'm seeing you reading and reading and reading.
Yeah.
This lady's giving me glasses now. She's giving me little reading
Yeah.
glasses.
Yes.
February. I'm getting around February time. They're talking about it's going to open up.
Okay. I'll keep
Yeah,
that in
and
mind.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that feeling because it's just like a peace, a bit of peace. That's what you want, a bit of peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you do get peace when you sit in the silence and you do sit in
Yeah.
your own development. And there will be another circle, inner circle there for you for your own development.
Okay.
Time.
Thank you.
Growth. I'm feeling growth with that and strength. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, leave their love with you.
Thank you very
Bless you.
much.
Can I come to
Thank
lady
you.
in the green, please? Sitting at the back. Bless you. I'm seeing you sit up. It's like this big feeling of energy warmth into yourself. See this woman sitting with you, and she's got darkish hair back in the day. I feel she's quite strong, imaginative in herself, quite spiritual. And she comes forward with you at times. You've noticed her around in the background because her hair was quite frizzy, but not as frizzy as yours, if that makes sense. You take this lady, she's giving you a bracelet. There's a bracelet there I'm seeing.
I can't, well, I'll have to, I thought it was one person, but it's got to be someone else, yeah.
It's got really nice, there's a picture of her. She's saying there's a picture of her.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Yes. She
Yeah.
passed long before I was born.
Yeah, no, she's around you. She's very, what can I say? It's like open in herself. She was
Okay.
very exuberant, like this, very open and glamour. She liked her glamour things in herself when she was younger. I know it's like before your time and things.
No, I can't actually find out anything about her,
No,
but I
no.
know a little, but not much.
No, that's fine. But she comes into you, giving you lots of love and
Yeah.
around
so,
her,
yeah.
around her thing, around her, your face.
Mm.
Need a drink. I've gone very dry actually. On my throat. I need to drink more. I feel a drink fluid, or I know she likes a pot of tea, and she's given me a pot of tea, and she
Yeah.
was like, and that's the same
Yeah.
as yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a link with Alan or Alan.
Yes.
But I feel like you've had many churches. I'm seeing you sit in many churches, or seeing sit, just enjoying it, enjoying the
Yes.
feeling. Yes.
Yeah.
Because there has been many around you. Seeing this chap now comes in with a pipe.
Right.
Comes in with a pipe.
Yes.
And he sits there, and like I'm seeing in the living room where we had an open fire or fireplace, and it was only a small room. It's playing it in my head where he was sitting, but he's giving you lots of love also.
Okay.
You need to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
He's saying enjoy. He would chewing on his pipe.
Yes.
I'm enjoying myself here.
Yes.
I used to wander around, and he had a bit of a lean-to at the back of his garden or something like that, where he would go out the back and he would just look around. He liked the birds and things like that in his way.
Right.
But he's saying, it's fine. It's fine. Things are fine. Things will get sorted out for you.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Your mum's pleased. Or your mum around
Yes.
with yourself.
Yes.
She had lots of energy. She liked partying. I seen her like dancing, feeling with dancing with her.
She,
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
can
like in
understand. Yeah,
40s.
yes, yes.
Sorry?
I can understand that.
Yeah, she would like being out and having her own time and being with people. Yes. She's saying this is how you were. You were like that. You used to get around. The spirit have been around you. They're saying you've noticed that. You've noticed how they connect to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
There is a grandmother around that. She's got quite short hair,
Yes.
darkish hair.
Yes,
She was quite strong personality.
very much so.
So yeah, she was spiritual herself.
Mm.
I didn't like feeling of down here where she had problems.
Yes,
Definite with her. She's giving you, she's putting like foundation on around her face. You put foundation like you do, but cream.
she didn't, but yeah,
You understand that?
yeah.
I'm just getting, don't worry, it's going to be fine.
Okay,
Yeah, it's going to be fine. You don't have to worry. It'll be like moving forward. Things will move forward and get better in itself.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave the love with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I come to this lady here, please? I love it, Anne. It's lovely, isn't it? That time. Really nice. I'm not sure if you're sitting in circle or being within circle or teaching with yourself, because I feel there's this learning within your knowledge, within your spiritual development, within your growth.
I've been in the circle.
Yeah, and they're pushing you more forward in that, because I feel mother around you as well, that she comes in.
Okay.
She's on a strong vibration as well. How she was like the way she would sort people out, and she would be more organised.
Yes.
She would put things in perspective. If somebody was in trouble, she would lay the law down and sort it out.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yeah,
with
I
her?
do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? How they come across and what they do. But she wants you. She wants you to be like that within your surroundings at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I am more than I used to be.
But yeah, she wants you to be more like that, because I feel there's a few things that's happened around you that's not been the same, but you wanted to work it out differently on how. But I can see you. It's like having a circle or going forward or being in part of something that you have to be like that, weighing it up, sorting it out, writing things down, being
Okay.
organised. Huh?
Okay.
Yes. But you like that side. You like being like that.
Yes.
Like me with my guides. So, it's organised, being organised, sorting them out, sorting whoever, like with your Egyptian guide comes in, you sit down with them and arrange it, what you're doing day to day, what we need to do, being headstrong at times, not too headstrong that you don't know what this is doing, because this is important as well, as I said earlier.
Okay.
Yes, but it's that mindfulness, seeing you helping people as well. It's like you've got a natural ability to help someone or help with the way that you are,
Yeah.
the way that you're helping elderly, or it's the same as me being earlier on saying about somebody come to ask you because they can see that you're a giving person.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you've been helping people and within your earthly life,
Yes.
developing within yourself. I mean, this is what we all do within our work life, and we're developing ourselves, our souls, our higher self. But keep an eye on what's coming around you.
Okay.
Because sometimes it might not shock you, but like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's what goes on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And that will help you. And like, I'm getting from your mum and your grandmother around that. They were different people, chalk and cheese at times, mum and grandmother. you know, the way they saw things or see things. I haven't seen this bus driver or a driver that was oldie woldy chap with a uniform on. This might be a bit before your time again, but he's got one of these black caps, and he's on.
Okay.
He's on a. This is. You can look this up or ask someone, and he's sitting in a coach, and he's going forward, and he's just in his own world, you know, like jogging along.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's giving lots of love. A rounded fella, so he was a rounded fella with his cap on, seeing similar sort of eyes to you around this bit, around his eyes. He's saying, so it's interesting how he is.
Okay.
He's developing. He comes in. He likes coming in. But open your mind for him when he comes around you next time. Yeah, he's saying, but he's on this. He's driving and he's got people in the back and he's.
Well, my dad was a chauffeur.
Oh, right.
Buses.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I do look like him.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It could be dad.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's very good in himself, but he's giving you lots of love.
Oh,
Sending
lovely.
you lots of love. So not to get too over the top though with this head. You know, when something goes wrong, I feel like there's a little bit of, you know, we all feel it at times, hot-headed sort of, you know, when you have to calm down a bit in yourself.
Yeah.
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 Which comes in every form, doesn't it? I mean, but we're dealing with it at the moment, so it's just a little blip, but it's lovely vibration. I've got to give this one more person, but she's not sure if you'll know her, but I feel she's got a fairish hair around with yourself, like a blonde hair, fairish.
Blonde. Okay.
Yeah, she's been around. She died of cancer. Don't feel it's a friend. I don't feel it's a family. I feel it's more of a friend vibration in that. She's like comes in back a bit. I feel about 17, 18. I'm going to that sort of age around with your vibration around her.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a thought process within that.
One of my school friends died, but I didn't know what of.
Oh,
He was
right.
young.
Right, okay. But she comes through with lots of love and she's got lovely fingers and she would keep herself, you know, dainty and I thought
Okay.
she was, you know, quite young when she passed, but I think it was down here as well. She's giving lots of love. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
There's quite a lot of you when you're at school days in your uniform. Yeah. Saying there was a lot of young girls that were around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave their love with you.
Thank you very
Bless
much.
you. Yeah. Can I come to this chap here, please? Hi there. I'm seeing you spruce yourself up, so there's something for you. Like I feel, but this is on a work ethic, this is on a work situation where you're going to be like being in a centre role.
Okay.
Yeah, and like you're going to be like looking at things in a different light and like learning or growth or like with looking forwards and
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. You know, I feel like you're going to be enjoying it. It's like it'll be a new year. I'm seeing you getting yourself up and sorting hair out and all these sort of things.
Okay.
There'll be quite a few people there with you doing it, organising and arrangements. I've got this lady, she's very dainty, you know, like a grey brownish hair. She comes in, she's very feeble with how she comes in, so she passed quite ill as she was like, I don't know, out-of-body experience before she passed.
Right.
I feel there was two people there, a gentleman and a man, a gentleman and a woman that was there with her when she passed.
Okay.
She's saying she struggled. I felt she struggled with her, how she was. She was like on the bed for a long time, quite a long time.
Okay.
On your mum's side?
Yeah, I think it's my mother's mother.
Mother's mother, yeah. Husband was in the army. Felt he was in the army or in the military.
Is a Navy.
Navy, right. He was very adaptable fella. He would put his hands to things.
Yes.
He's quite strong in that.
Yes.
And he comes forward times with you.
Okay.
Send people.
Uh-huh.
You have noticed spirit around you, sir. You have noticed spirit
Yeah.
around you. And I feel you're writing things down. I feel like it's
Sometimes,
imperative. It's imperative to write things down for you. Taking more control. Sometimes you let things go too much. I know our heart and our head get involved, but sometimes, like a Libra, it's like you let it go a little bit too much.
Right.
You've got to roll it in. Oh,
Okay.
right, what am I getting at? I'm getting like a fellow like fishing
Uh-huh.
around you. Do you understand that?
I do.
He was like a fisherman as well. Didn't care what it was because I said sea fishing or river fishing. He just liked being out in the boat or being out time. Sometimes you like to be like that, being in your own space.
Yeah.
You're sitting in your own.
Yeah.
Even though you're sitting there and you're on your own, but it's like you enjoy that sort of situation.
I do.
And it's like it would get stronger. I feel the ability would get stronger within you.
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes you get pains at the back of your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to sit down. It's almost like, but yeah, I feel your granddad was like that on the way he was. He was very much
Okay.
in charge of people and always stature where he was in the Navy, as you said. He's, strong within that. And I've seen it like I don't know if you work at school or something like that.
I don't.
No, it's like something like that. But that would come around. That would come around. March next year. Changes for you.
Okay.
Organising.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And a lot of healing coming there for you as well.
Okay.
Healing your back. I mean, you can give healing around with yourself. You've had first-class evidence of that. The healing side. Yeah. Okay, that's lovely. But you're doing very well. Thank you, sir. Thank
Bless
you.
you.
I hope
Thank
you
you
all
very
enjoy
much.
that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, John, for a very lovely demonstration of mediumship. And now I have some notices before we close this service. Please note our healing clinic, animals included, is generally on a Tuesday from 7 until 8:15 and Thursday from 10 a.m. until 12 noon for members of the community and animals. You will be greeted by our healer practitioners in a safe, friendly and welcoming atmosphere. The Tuesday healing sessions for this year have now finished and restart on January the 14th, 2025. The Thursday healing sessions finish on December the 19th and recommence on January the 9th. New events for autumn this year include our Friendship Club, which is every Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. in church. This week's meeting is on December the 11th, so please join us for a specialised topic and lively conversation. The admission is £4, which includes refreshments. Please note there is no longer a Zoom option for Friendship Club, and check weekly postings on the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church Facebook pages for further information about each week's event. Open Platform is now taking a break until February next year, and more information will be posted on the Wimbledon Facebook pages in due course. If anyone has any inquiries about Open Platform, they can contact myself, Phil Shaw, on philesoteric@gmail.com. Crystal Healing with Rachel Davis is available at Wimbledon and Hackbridge Spiritualist churches to rebalance, re-energize and relax mind, body and spirit. These sessions are £35 per half hour, and please phone the church to book an appointment at either Hackbridge or Wimbledon. There is a demonstration of mediumship with Jeff Hewitt at Hackbridge Church on December the 13th at 7:30, and the booking link can be found on our Facebook pages. Next Sunday, December the 15th, here at Wimbledon, is our Founders' Day service with Jeff Hewitt again as our guest medium. And we also have a demonstration of mediumship with Ashley Robinson and Ivan Lee at Wimbledon on Sunday, December the 22nd at 7 p.m. Again, the booking link for this event is available on our Facebook pages. I will now ask John if he will close our service in prayer. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. As we close our minds to the healing prayer around this world, for all the four corners, for the animal kingdom, for the people that are suffering, for all the hospitals, for the anger, for the frustration that we expire into the ether. Let the world be upliftment and let us all be upliftment within our development. Give a healing for all the animals and the children and all the people that are around us at this present time, letting us have love and light. Amen.
Thank you, John. Now, I'd just like to close us out with a short poem by the poet Rumi. Sorrow prepares you for joy. It violently sweeps everything out of your house so that new joy can find space to enter. It shakes the yellow leaves from the bough of your heart so that fresh green leaves can grow in their place. It pulls up the rotten roots so that new roots hidden beneath have room to grow. Whatever sorrow shakes from your heart, far better things will take their place. Thank you. God bless you all and have a safe journey home.